Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Football Manager Save. This is episode number 85. And today, returning with the Champions League last 16 as we face Juventus, who, of course, we knocked out in the semis last year, and sandwiched in between that, Everton at home, as we try and keep our league and European double dreams alive. Before we get to the games, though, shall we getting on off camera? And of course, in the last episode, on the back of beating Villarreal in the playoffs to set up this last 16 against Juve and seeing the heartbreaking loss to Spurs in the final, well, we should have won it. We should have won it, man, as we still remain trophyless domestically in the save. We did bounce back just to one game off camera coming on the weekend. We beat Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light. Kieran Wilkinson tapping in a Carapina cross for the opening goal. We were hanging on a little bit, though, in the second half. Free after the restart, Kirkers was sent off for a second yellow card. It was a soft yellow card. Really soft yellow. But when you are on a caution, you do run the risk. Kirk is sent off, but thankfully, despite having 10 men through the second half, we just about clung on for the 3 points. So because of that, we are back on top of the Premier League table. But as we said before, Spurs still have that game in hand. So yeah, it's nice to get the win. We had to get the win, obviously, but we're still only top on goal difference, and they've still got the game in hand as well. So they win that, they'll be 3 clear with 10 to go, and destiny is in their own hands, especially because, don't forget, we played them on the final day away in North London. So I would say now that it's probably a 2-horse race. I've said all along that Liverpool are the dark horses. I'm not totally ruling them out, but only 1 win in 5 for them now. It's going to be tough for them to get back in the race, but yeah, Spurs are the favourites, no doubt. Then our second favourites, and if you want, maybe Liverpool and Manchester United. Arsenal, real wildcard team there. But yeah, I think now the 3-horse race is becoming a bit of a 2-horse race with Liverpool lagging behind. And as we're going to jump into today's first game, it is indeed Juve at home. Random intrusive thought, but I can't remember the last time I was given a youth intake preview. I believe it's going to come, possibly in today's episode or maybe the next one. I think it comes around mid-March, I think. But I don't think I got a youth intake preview last year. And I haven't had one this year, yeah. I feel like I feel like my head of youth has just given up, to be honest, because of how bad our youth intakes have been. But where's the... I swear, are Spurs playing tonight? I feel like Spurs are playing tonight. They're not. Okay, I thought they were. Liverpool lost last night, by the way, away against Southampton, so that's why now they're 8 behind, and they've spurned their game in hand. But yeah, I feel like my head of youth has given up. I feel like my HOYD has literally just given up now. Like, he knows how bad my youth intake is. When he got the job, when he realised what manager he was working with, he thought, oh, for goodness sake, like, seriously, I've got a perfect stats. For those that are curious on my my youth head of youth development, by the way, he's literally exactly what you would want. He's got the perfectionist personality that, of course, mirrors mine. He's got judging player ability and judging player potential at 20 as well. Determination stat is 20. Work with youngsters, okay, 17. But this is the most important stat of HOYD. I might be wrong, and correct if I am wrong, experienced FM players, but I'm pretty sure the most important things for head of youth development are the judging player ability and potential, but also the personality as well. I believe, but I might be wrong. But it's not made any difference for us in this save, has it? Anyway, let's jump into it. First on the 3, it is the first leg at home to Juve. Feeling very confident here. As we know, Gordon's been injured really since the start of the season. Probably won't see him again until around April time, I would say. Bubner is out right now as well. Everyone else is fine, and this will be ours. We've got Ramaj in goal. The back for is Kirkis, Pastoriza, Hidalgo dropping to BPD, and Sam at right back. Bravatos drops to DLP with Martel at CM. I had been thinking this season that might have been the best thing to do from the off. Hidalgo and Pastoriza CBs, and Bravatos as the Hidalgo role. But I really like this partnership here. That's why I haven't done it. But I guess maybe it might be the right thing to do to close the season out. Anyway, on the wings, you've got Pedro and Elliott, and up top, Kieran, who really needs a breather, and Yap Smith as well. On the bench is Nicholas, Buckmeyer, Harwood, Bellis, Pereira, Andy Fassel, Dwight Kromaski, Carapina, and Rashford as well. So first of the 3, it's the first leg versus Juve. Let's get a strong result here to take back to Turin. Come on, the Clarets. Speaking of giving up, I know recently I've been very negative, very defeatist. Oh, we're not going to win the title now. Docs, you're top of the table with 10 games to go. And don't get me wrong, Spurs have the game in hand and you got to go there. But, you know, Come on, son. You're not fifth and 9 points behind. Like, seriously, you're in a good position right now. You're in the best position, pole position. But yeah, I'll try and be a little bit more optimistic today. But I just feel like our end of season is about to collapse like it did last year. It didn't in Europe, to be fair. It didn't in Europe. We had amazing knockout nights. You know, the win against Bayern Munich, the turnaround against PSG, and of course we dispatched of Juve very comfortably last year in the semi-finals as Kerkez, scores a wonderful opening goal 13 minutes in. But domestically, we fell apart last year towards the end. FA Cup semi-final loss to Arsenal at Wembley, dropped so many points in the league as well in the second half of the season. I just feel we're going to do it again. We dropped points to Aston Villa. We just lost away against Arsenal as well. We just scraped that win away against a struggling Sunderland side as well. I just feel today, Everton at home, 2-1 loss or something. You can just feel it's coming. The end of season Burnley collapse is right around the corner. And of course, we will be without Kerkez for that Everton game as well due to suspension. And as Pedro is forced off as well, that's the last thing I need right now, a potential lower leg injury. Let's bring on Carapina, who's been really good this season in his debut year for us on that left-hand side. But not quite what we need right now. Gordon is still out. Obviously, now that Almendra's going to be out as well, we're lacking depth on the flanks. That certainly doesn't help. Free kick for Burnley, floating into the middle, and Kieran should have made it too. Good news there in the bottom right. Manchester United 2-0 up on Tottenham Hotspur. So it's a shame it's not a league game. I'd love for them to be dropping points in the Premier League, but if nothing else, it will hamper their form a little bit. But yeah, second half to begin. Critical of my boys in the first half there, because after how comfortably we dispatched of Juve last season, well, I thought in this first leg we should be 2 or 3 goals up at a break and then try and cruise it into Rin. But instead, if you look at stats here, whilst we have the goal, Juve had been the better team. If we don't take our chances, you know what's coming next? We will be punished. Bit of an off game from Kieran tonight. You don't normally see that. And Ibrahim's ran himself to the ground as he always does with 10 minutes to go. You might have noticed for the game I started on positive, a little cautious. That's how we got the win against Sunderland. Thought it might be the right thing to do. But I'm going to have to make a change here. Kieran and Yap both getting tired. I'm actually going to drop to 1 up top now. And I'm going to take off Kieran. He does need a breather. I'm going to ask Pravatos to go further forward where he is better to play those balls through. And I'll bring on Dwight for Kieran. I might take off Eric, who's getting tired, for Fassold. No, Sam for Fassold. And Kramaski for Martel. So I'm making all my changes here, as we've only got 1 stoppage left anyway. 7 to go. Can we cling on to an unconvincing 1-0 win for the second game in a row? It's not quite the Burnley we've been used to this season. Free scoring and just racking up the scoreline. But as we always say, wins are wins, no matter how you get them. And we did. Very, very fortunate, though. That was a poor performance, that. We play like that in Turin, and we are not going to make it through to the quarterfinals. That's a win, but it's nothing other than that. Yeah, look at that. Lucky Burnley celebrate unlikely victory. Very poor performance, that one there. And for Pedro's injury, it's not what I need. 3 weeks out with a pulled calf muscle, joining Gordon on the sidelines. So many players getting tired out there as well. It's not looking good. Kerkez out for the next game through suspension. Again, the only good news is Spurs got battered against Manchester United away at Old Trafford. So if nothing else, it might hurt their confidence a little bit heading into their Saturday clash. So it should be a banker at home to Aston Villa. Speaking of youth players, there is a lad in the academy right now who does look quite good. We got him last season. Or was it the season before? No, it was last season. Joseph Diakite even. He's been absolutely tearing it up at youth level this season. I've got to say, he's probably the best youth player we've had so far, alongside Keel Towie, who, for those curious on how our young lad's getting on at Reading right now, he won Player of the Month there a few months ago. Where is he? There he is right there. Keel Towie, Reading's having a really solid season there. 9 goals and 4 assists in 38 games out of Medeski. Looking quite good, but whether he gets into our team and, you know, has a role to play, I don't know, that's something we'll find out in time. But yeah, to be fair, this Diakite lad, I got to say, he looks quite exciting to be fair. With the injury problems we got on the wing right now, might be worth putting him in the first team for this run-in. Right then, moving straight on, Everton at home, and I've just got a bad feeling heading into this game. We've been scraping it a bit recently. Prior to that win there against Sunderland, we'd lost back-to-back domestic games and only won 1 in our last 4 as well. So not feeling confident here at the 3 PM kickoff, where Spurs also play host to Aston Villa. We'll keep our eyes on that game there, but that should be a banker. And if they win that and we lose today, they'll go 3 clear and still have a game in our win 9 to play. At that point, I think it's over. So have to win to keep ourselves in the race and top of the table, and let's see if we can. So heading into the game, no Pedro on the injury, no Milos on the suspension. Couple of tired legs out there. Just going to have to soldier through and hopefully get the job done. A Imagine goal. Fasol starts at left back. He's not really a left back, but we are starting to train him there. And to be fair, he is a left-footed player as well. Like, he's totally fine at right back, but on that left-hand side, I actually think as a left back, he'd be better than a right back. But anyway, he's there at left back today. With Taylor and Hidalgo to CBGI and Sam at right back. Dwight comes in alongside Martel as a CMGI. Rashford gets his first start as a Burnley player on the left-hand side, with Elliot on the right, and up top Kieran and Pravatas. We've been waiting all season long for Alexandros to have a really good run. He had a great performance recently against Villarreal, but spurned that sitter in the EFL Cup final. If he can bag a couple of goals today and get us over the line with a win, then yeah, the previous 6 months is forgiven. He's up top alongside Kieran. On the bench, you've got Nicholas Buckmeyer, Pereira, Pastoriza, who really needs a breather, to be honest. Andy, Max Oliver, Kramaski, Carapina, and Yap Smith. It's not a great bench, is it? Second of the 3 games, Everton at home. We have to win to keep ourselves top of the table. Come on, the Clarets. I believe this season in the Premier League we've only lost 3 times, I think. One of those times was away against Everton back in November, I think it was, as well. So our Steady House side isn't in form right now. They do have previous of beating us, but again, tend to play. We can't afford another slip up. You've got to remember that last game is away against Spurs, and I really can't see us winning that. So if we need to win against Spurs on the final day at their place, do you fancy our chances? I definitely don't. As the first highlight's going to fall early. Pravatos' corner is only half cleared. It will drop to Marcus Rashford. And the senior offloads to Kieran Wilkinson. And will take a little bit of luck. Strikes it towards the far corner. Ends up in the near post. 1-0 Burnley. Doesn't claim the goal. He did cause it as well. It only took 13 minutes. Come on, Aston Villa. Oh yes, come on Aston Villa, get in lads, 1-1. And as things sound, we're going 2 clear. Of course, Spurs will still have the game in hand. But I'll take it. Spurs rarely slip up, as we know. I'll certainly take that. Without this cross is headed, no it's not, over the bar by Kieran. Great start from Burnley though, much more attack-minded, playing with much more assertiveness than we did against Juve in the week. Still on the positive mentality, but as things stand, we're looking attack-minded. We got our goal, we could have had 2. I'm going to switch my mentality to attacking right before the break as well, as we'll look for a quick fire double before the half-time whistle, but it's not going to come, or maybe it will. Highlight for Everton though, as they look for a leveller. Popped out wide to Nathan Patterson, still here in the save. Fasol makes a great tackle, it's only temporarily dealt with, and Esteval is denied by a fine save by Ramaj. At times, he shows himself as not quite the elite goalkeeper we need. On other occasions, he pops out of a really important reaction save. This time, it's the latter. That's a brilliant stop. And I'm going to say to the boys here, pumping my fist. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. Come on, boys. And Marcus, get over here, son. You still got something in the tank. I know that. Go out there and get yourself a goal. And you're first in a Burnley shirt as well. Kieran, to be fair, not a great performance so far from Wilson. Yes, I know he caused a goal, but missed that great header chance. He's tall at 6'4". You expect him to hit the target on most of his headers. But second half's get underway. We are still leading by 1. I'll take a straight through 1-0 victory. This isn't the Burnley we used to. That's why I'm nervous, man. Like if we were known for being a defensive team, like the way Arsenal won the title with their 1-goal victories all the way, I'd be okay. But no, we need to score goals, get in and right on cue. Just like I said at the break, Marcus, you've still got something left in the tank. It will go to VAR, but I think it will stand. And Burnley are 2 goals up. And the lads I individually criticise take just 27 seconds to get us our second goal. Kieran across, Marcus with a finish. Old to young, or young to old, 2-0. Spurs down to 10. Spurs down to 10. Come on, Aston Villa. If you levelled against us here at our house with 11 men, then you can go and beat Spurs away there with 10. Go on. Go on, Aston Villa. Come on. I think we should be able to see the game out here 2-0 up. Come on, Aston Villa. Get yourself a winner there, please. We need it. Don't get me wrong, we'll still be 2 clear, but Spurs have the game in hand, and that's what I'm worried about, as Pravatas does really well. and his pass is cut out, and now Everton give it away cheaply, and Kieran's wrapped it up. Second for Kieran, really poor pass out from the back. I don't know who that was there. Was that Estevao, who just seemed to stop when the ball was coming towards him, and Bravatas, who to be fair recently has improved his form a little bit, gets an assist. It's exactly what I was dreaming of when we signed him for the club record fee. Rolling him in, Kieran rolling him into the back of the net, 3-0. Oh, come on, even with 10 men, you knew it was going to happen. Goal in North London, but it's not for the team we want. We're going to start lowering the tempo now, take off counter press, starting to slow the tempo down just to conserve a bit of energy here. Spurs, they're inevitable in this save. They've been the best team in the country, best team in the save. They're going to do it again. I mentioned the bench, the job is done here, but unfortunately, the one time where I thought we might see a Tottenham slip up, as Everton almost got back in the game, and they've won it in the final 20 minutes. Well, all we can do... Oh, look at that, look at 90... What? 13th minute? That's not even a word. That's not even a number. 90 plus 12, are you joking? This is just stupid. This is just... it's just not fair. Like, come on. Come on. Are you serious? 10 men, concede twice, still win after a 90 plus 12 minute winner. This is just stupid. This is just ridiculous. I can't do it. And no one can do it. I can't control that. It's impossible. I never get favours. Never. I need them. I'm not Superman. I'm barely even Robin, let alone Batman. Like, seriously. Someone beat them. Oh, God, just take points. You don't have to beat them. Just draw against them. Oh. God damn it. And they're going out to Champions League as well, so they're going to have more rest time. They've only got the Premier League left now after this. Just put the engraving on the trophy and put me on a beach in Cancun. This season is over. Gone on record as saying I think it's easier to win the Champions League in a English RTG than it is to win the Premier League. Because in my Bournemouth save, I couldn't do it. I spent, I think it was 7 seasons at the Vitality as Liverpool do get their slim hopes alive. I think I spent 7 or 8 seasons at the Vitality. I think it was 8 actually. And I just couldn't do it. I just could not do it. I think we finished in the top 4 like 3 times, and I realised I just haven't got the quality to do it. And I just feel the same. I just feel the same this season as well. I just feel like if we're going to win another major honour for Burnley, it won't be anything domestically. It will be the Champions League. Ironically, we have the chance of doing that this season as well, but also still have the very slim chance of the Premier League. But I said before, our window is closing. Our window is closing. It's almost definitely closed. We might be able to do one more season with these contracts, but our biggest obstacle is this. We just don't raise enough money. We've got a small stadium. We're a low commercial value club. We're not supposed to have players on these kind of wages in our situation. This is, I really feel, if we're not going to win something this season and the next season, that is, and I mean literally the last season we'll have before we've got to start selling players, we're just going to run out of money very quickly. I mean, this way, in the summer window, what am I going to do? Next season's budget, 26 million? How am I going to beat Spurs with 26 million to work with? Obviously, we're going to lose Ramaj. I've said that I'll sell him in the summer. Bayern is still interested, so that's going to go through in the summer. We'll get around 30 mil for the guy, but we're going to need another new number 1. Can't bring Dennis back. He's on $500,000 a week right now. $500,000 is basically going to be our transfer budget next season, or at least it feels like it. I just feel this is it. I feel this is it, you know. I can't just win the Premier League now. If Aston Villa had taken points off there, maybe, but not now. Not now. We ain't going to win this, no way. Especially after that first leg performance. We're in Turin, third and final game, Champions League, last 16, second leg. It was funny, we brushed them aside last year in Italy with a 2-0 first leg result, but tonight, only holding a 1-goal lead, I'm not feeling one bit confident heading into this. I might need to make a last-minute change here as well. Hidalgo slid into the back line and looked really good, but I think Juve are going to score, so I need Simao further forward here. I'm not going to play Kramaski at CB, am I? In fact, do you know what? No, stick with the original plan. Do I think I might put Smith back in? Possibly for Elliot, who's not played very well on that right-hand side. Yeah, let's do that. I quite fancy giving Carapina a go, really, but no, I'm going to stick to my original plan. Actually, you know what? I will. I'll put him in for Rashford. I have him off the bench instead. So this will be our team. Ramaj is in goal. Back for us. Kirk is back in. Pastoriza and Hidalgo again with Sam at right back. Kramaski comes in for a rare start alongside Martel at CM. With Carapina on the left, Smith on the right, and up top Kieran and Pravata. So again, lately has started to come good. On the bench, you've got Nicholas, Buckmeyer, Pereira, Howard, Bellis, McNeil, Fastold, Oliver McNeil, again, Dwight, Elliot, Rashford, and the young lad Diakate. I'll put him on the bench mainly just to make the numbers out of our absentees right now on the wing, but I might bring him on for his debut if we're cruising tonight, though I highly doubt that will be the case. So here we go. It is our third and final game. It's the second leg. Juve and Turin. Come on, the Clarets. A little bit nervous tonight. Honestly, man, Spurs, best team in the save by far. As we know, obviously, they got themselves to Premier League safety, got over the line, and I'll be totally honest here. Now, a lot of people are going to be saying, oh yeah, Doxy boy, I'm sure you thought this, but I really did think they'd do it when they hired De Zerbi. De Zerbi is a class manager. Honestly, as soon as they sorted that appointment out, I just knew that they would survive. I never really believed that Igor Tudor was going to do it. He just didn't seem to have we didn't have anything. He didn't have the tactical awareness to help this Spurs team with the way they like to play and the players they've got to play the way they play as well, the total athletes they've got. But also, just I think man management just didn't really have it to us. I know he had some things off the pitch and some tragic personal circumstances, and of course Spurs offered their condolences to him and support to him during that time as well. That clearly didn't help things either. You do have sympathy for the man in that regard, but in terms of a purely football perspective, he wasn't the right appointment. De Zerbi was. I knew for sure as soon as they got De Zerbi, they would sort it out. They've got the players, they've got the manager, and they will sort it out as they've done. But in this save, can't stand them. Can't stand Tottenham Hotspur in this save, honestly. They're just too good. Anyway, waited a long time for the first highlight here, and we've got it right before the break with Kieran dinking one into the far post. It's up in the air, only temporarily cleared, and Eric Martel takes over. Across the far post, and Carapina gets another. It's goal number 10 for the 18-year-old, and the majority have come with his head. You should not be one bit surprised, because his best stat, heading at 18, despite the fact he's 6 foot and not what you classify as a giant. It's a lovely back post cross by Eric Martel. And speaking of Igor Tudor, well, we're at his old place and we are up by a goal as well. 1-0 Burnley. Well, it looks like Spurs are going out tonight, and that means that they will not have any more competitions to worry about after being knocked out of the FA Cup as well, as they'll now chase a domestic double. Whereas for Burnley, I mean, technically we'll still be chasing a league and European double as things stand. But this game is not over yet. We've only just begun the second half. I do predict Juve getting a goal back at some point. It might come right now. Cambiasso turns Ibrahim Sam, and his shot is well saved by our number one. Yeah, I do feel like I need to somewhat defend Igor Tudor whenever people criticise his Spurs run. Because don't get me wrong, it was the right decision to sack him. Don't get me wrong, I agreed with that as well. But on the other hand, you have to realise how tough it is to deal with the loss of a parent, especially in declining health as well, and trying to concentrate on your craft at the same time. That's not an easy thing to do. I went through the same thing myself last year. You know, last year I mentioned before my dad passed away in March, and that was really tough. Really, really tough. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot less pressure on me trying to keep my slim YouTube career alive than there is on Igor Tudor trying to keep a struggling Premier League team in the Premier League. Of course, there's a lot less pressure on my end, but it's still tough. It's still really tough to concentrate on your craft when you're going through those personal tragedies. So I had a lot of sympathy due to my own personal experience last year. But anyway, tonight it's sympathy for Juve because they are going out and going with a bit of a whimper as well. They had one good chance which they spurned, and right on cue. Well, to be fair, they've spurned another courtesy of another good save by Ramaj. Give the number one some credit. He's made 2 big stops tonight, really important ones as well. But in both games, we scraped through with a 1-0 victory, and for the second straight year, Burnley knock out the lads from Turin and make it into the quarter-finals. Funny enough, in the 4 games we faced Juve, haven't conceded once. Talk about defensive shutouts on the old lady. Job done into the last 16. Into the quarters, sorry. We won't be facing Spurs. They've been humbled by Manchester United, but annoyingly so. I was hoping they'd still be in it, so they'd have less rest time between games. And annoyingly, the draw isn't going to be until next Friday. So because of that, we'll have to save it for the next episode. So that'll do it for today's one, guys. Big thank you for enjoyed it. If you have done, please do drop a like. Myself, Gio, have a fantastic day. I don't know how I'm going to do this because I really want to gather a bit more pace, but I mean, I can't miss these games out. They're all absolutely massive. 3 of the biggest games remaining in the Premier League season. All 3 teams directly below us. And of course, we're still chasing Tottenham Hotspur as well. Because we still have the chance of the Premier League title, I'm coming straight back with these big 3 here, and then we'll do the Champions League quarterfinal as well. It's kind of similar to last season, because it's now squeaky bum time and all the pressure games come, I can't really get a break, but they're 3 massive games. I can't miss any of them out. Have a brilliant day though, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Football Manager Save very soon, where we'll have 3 more massive games in the Premier League. I think our title dreams will probably end in the next one, and we'll have the draw for the Champions League quarterfinal as well. Have a brilliant day. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.